Hello everyone, and thanks for taking the time to connect today. I want to explore another critical issue, the caste system. Please remember to like and share my work and subscribe to get the latest alert as it relates to my content when it's posted. I became aware of the caste system based on my grandfather being born in India. As I grew up, I often wondered why Indians would at times ask me my name and make that connections to my ancestors. Really, I found out by doing 23andMe and the DNA breakdown and also Ancestry that I can confirm that the caste system is solely based on human classification. I became more aware of the caste system on my arrival in England when my interactions with Indian immigrants began. It was clear to me that those who I made connections with looked at my connections to Jamaica and somewhat delimited me from being able to intermingle within their frame. While I'm unaware of the meaning of my name, many Indians are aware that my name highlights the social status of my ancestors. One thing is for sure, I have no intentions of changing my name to reflect Western naming conventions or traditions. Which brings me to the reality that many Indians in United Kingdom had changed their names to ensure they would not be singled out during the application process or be identified as someone connected to a low caste. It also became clear to me that social stratification and classification were important within the English system. For example, while I was teaching in England, if an adult came to my class while I was teaching, they would always go to the white teaching assistant for matters that would require me, the classroom teacher, to address. I watched for 4 years the same event taking place over and over again. To explain this solely based on race would be inadequate. The system of stratification based on color was again highlighted when I traveled and had to stop over in Denmark on my way back to the United Kingdom from New York. During the stopover, I was greeted by 4 armed officers who demanded to have my travel documents. Of course, you all know, if you have a stopover in Europe on a connecting flight, you would be placed in a secure location. While you might say this is profiling, what causes profiling? People are profiled because they are out of line, they need to be kept in line, or to ensure that they are reminded of their position or status. In many cases, there is no ill will by those who conduct these security checks and so forth. However, these actions have allowed me to understand that a structure for establishing status exists within many countries. A structure aimed at keeping one set of people within their space. The concept of a caste system has shed light on this structure. The critical question is there a caste system in the United States? So what is a caste system, you may ask? In summary, a caste system is a form of social stratification that is based on occupation, purity, historical roots, and of course, race. Caste is used to describe stratified societies based on hereditary groups. Let us not forget that America, in its institutionalization of slavery, created a system that created the most recognizable social stratification based on race. That remains today within our structure. While I have never used the word caste to describe our system, the recent work of Isabel Wilkerson sheds light on the need to examine United States racial structure using the pillars of a caste system. In her book, Wilkerson examines the similarities between the caste system in India and race in America. For example, she highlights Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s visit to India. In her example, she states that Dr. King was a special guest of the Prime Minister of India. On one particular day, Dr. King visited a school for the untouchables, the lowest caste in India. During the introduction by the principal of the school, Dr. King was described as the untouchable from America. The reality is the Indians knew of the struggles in America and the status of Dr. King. Many Indian-born academics now working in the United States are now able to see America's stratified society through the lens of a caste system. While many Americans may be horrified by someone connecting their system to the caste system, please remember, while the United States was supposedly founded on life, freedom, and the pursuit of happiness, we continue to have the lack of value for Black women and men in the United States, which leaves many families asking for the system to take its knee off their necks. In 2020, the world became more aware of America's structured system of oppression more than ever before. Let us not forget that America's history can be established based on the rise of capitalism, which coincide with the racial order in the United States. My arrival in the United States has allowed me to see that a structure is present. For example, when I go shopping, I could be asked to find the correct size for someone who is white, or if I'm at the airport, someone who is white believes that it's okay to stand in front of me. I am forced to believe that racism alone will not account for this structure. Therefore, I welcome the thoughts outlined by Wilkerson in her book, Caste, The Origin of Our Discontent. Wilkerson uses the framework of caste to analyze United States societal structure based on race. Wilkerson also believes that racism alone will not explain how our current system of oppression has continued over the longest while. Let me also end by saying, Wilkerson also highlighted that the Nazi Germany at one point refused to adopt key elements of the United States system of racism based on the system being too rigid for theirs. I would recommend that you read this book. Please email me if you would like to join our book club. Our book club would focus on caste, the origin of our discontent. Highly recommended. Please remember to like and share this vlog. Thanks for joining me.